Hi everyone. Today I'm going to share a story with you. It's called Calico Cats and the Sunbeam Hunt on the Floor. If you enjoy my content, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. If it's not your thing, feel free to skip it. Thank you so much. Now, let's begin the story. The day began like any other in the peaceful little apartment where two Calico sisters, Machi and Miso, ruled with soft paws and confident meows. The sun peeked through the blinds, casting golden stripes onto the wooden floor, and that's when the great hunt began. Machi, the slightly chubbier and sleepier one, blinked slowly from her favorite cushion, while Miso, ever alert and always curious, had already spotted the first beam of light stretching across the floor like a magical trail. With a wiggle of her haunches and a flick of her tail, she pounced. "Machi, come on," Miso chirped, pawing at the shifting sunlight. "The sun's come out to play." Machi stretched lazily, her patchy fur fluffing up like a pillow, and rolled off the cushion with a thud. "Is it breakfast first or Sunbeam later?" she mumbled, rubbing her cheek on the floor. "Both," Miso declared, already chasing the slowly moving patch of light like it was a rare treasure. The Sunbeam danced with the breeze, sneaking away every time Miso thought she'd caught it. Their human, Lily, watched from the kitchen, sipping her coffee and smiling at the scene. "You two are silly," she said, adjusting the curtains slightly so the Sunbeam moved closer to the living room rug. The moment it shifted, Miso squealed, a tiny, excited trill, and darted after it. Machi, now wide awake, was ready to join the fun. The two calicos, like fuzzy little detectives, followed the golden patch as it drifted slowly across the floor, always just out of reach. To the cats, this wasn't just light, it was adventure. It was mystery. It was the one thing they could never quite catch, no matter how fast they ran or how high they leaped. But that didn't stop them from trying. As the sun rose higher, the golden patch began to crawl away from the living room and into the hallway. The game intensified. Miso led the way, her white-tipped tail flicking with determination. "We've got to corner it, Machi. You block the bedroom. I'll handle the hallway." Machi, a bit out of breath but still determined, waddled toward her position. "I think it's split into two," she said seriously, eyeing a second smaller sunbeam that had slipped onto the kitchen tile. "That's impossible. There can only be one true sunbeam," Miso replied, eyes narrowed like a seasoned explorer. The chase became tactical. They crept, they pounced, they even attempted synchronized leaps, Machi landing with a soft oof each time. The floor beneath them warmed with sunlight, and their whiskers twitched with excitement. Occasionally, they would pause mid-hunt to groom each other or flop on their sides dramatically as if the sunbeam had defeated them, only to spring up moments later with renewed energy. Then came the ultimate surprise. The sunbeam, as if teasing them, climbed up the wall and settled right onto the side of the couch. Miso jumped up immediately, paws tapping the fabric, while Machi took the longer route, climbing onto the coffee table, then the armrest, before finally reaching the target. And just as they were about to catch it, it vanished. Both cats froze. "Where did it go?" Machi whispered. "I think it escaped. Through the window," Miso said with awe. They both stared at the glass, tails twitching, eyes wide. Outside, the sun shone brightly on the garden, casting thousands of sunbeams across the grass. A new world to conquer. Lily opened the balcony door a crack, letting in fresh air and more patches of sunlight. Machi and Miso hesitated only a second before padding outside together. Their fur sparkled in the light, and the world felt big and bright. The wooden balcony floor was warm under their paws, and the hunt began again. This time, the sunbeams weren't just on the floor, they danced on the plants, flickered across the railing, and bounced off the neighbor's window. Miso leapt into a cardboard box Lily had left out for recycling, declaring it her sunbeam sled. Machi squeezed in beside her, and for a few golden minutes they simply sat, basking in the light like two queens surveying their sunny kingdom. Lily joined them with her camera, snapping a few photos of the content calicos lounging in their glory. "Sunbeam hunters turned royalty," she chuckled. The adventure had become a moment of peace. They didn't need to chase anymore. They had found the perfect patch, right there in the cardboard throne. As the sun began to dip behind the buildings, the light faded, and the two sisters curled up side by side, tails tucked neatly, eyes slowly closing. Tomorrow, the hunt would begin again. But for now, the calico queens of the sunbeam were at rest, dreaming of glowing floors and playful mornings, with the warmth of the sun still lingering in their fur.